Welcome to this look at new mods on Farming Simulator 22 with me, MrSealyp. It's Wednesday, it's the 3rd of May, we've got some new mods and we've got some updates. The map, the Agres Balconies by JM Gaming, that says a new save game is not required. The map Maypole Farm by Cavalier Roy, that says it is compatible with old save games. However, if you want certain changes to take effect, you will need a new save game. So it will work with your old one, but certain things won't change in the update. And the tool height control for headers by DD Mod Passion have had updates. Now this one in front of me, the construction fence by Mega Studios, 0.1 megabyte download, 1 slot on console, and then price varies depending on the length of the fence. That has disappeared off the Mod Hub website. I'll show you it anyway, just in case it's still on the Mod Hub but not on the website. It's got this detail on it. Riverside Construction, I'd say it might be gone now, but potentially. You'll find it under Decoration, under Fences, 25, and as with most fences we've got now, drag it wherever you want it to go, and then when you're done, come away from it. If you want to delete, we go along to our demolish, and we can remove it as well. So there you go. Construction fence by Mega Studios. Next we've got this. This is the Big Grain Shed by Dithmarscher Modding. It is 4.44 megabytes download, 11 slots on console, 120,000 to buy. You find it in the build mode, and sheds just there. Slot count will come down to 1. This is a cavern of a building. Massive doors in the front. 6 of. Side doors as well for driving on this way if you want to. We've got double sections. Each section does have a light switch, but the light switch does all the lights across the whole thing. So depending on which door you come in from, you have light switches. So a double section there, and a double section there. With the door at the end as well. Light switches. There we go. It's a big old building. The Big Grain Shed by Dithmarscher Modding. Next to that we've got Cow Husbandry. This by LRModding. This is 16.93 megabytes download, 18 slots on console, 260 grand to buy. It will hold 200 cows. Now, this could be the map because we have the water plane underneath this on Western Wilds, but in placing it, it's left a gap down the front here, and this bit here for some reason it's kind of left a bit of a hole underneath it. I'm not sure, just something to be aware of. It might not happen on yours. Save the game first before you place it. Slurry pit, manure pit. I just realised I haven't got my screens on. There we go, that's better. Slurry manure pits. This side here and this side here are for feed and bedding. So feed and bedding can go down either side. It's entirely up to you which side you decide to go down. If we go into here, we can turn our shed lights off. Pretty much all the way underneath here, all the way out to the other end as well. These gates to open. What I like as well, when you put the bedding in, it beds up just the bedding areas, so you don't get it all over the entire floor. It's just the bedding areas that do get it, which is pretty cool. Dialogue box is just there. The dialogue box spreads actually pretty much around all the way, yeah, around this side as well. Although the actual trigger for it is just there. That door doesn't open, but this is the milk point. It's a big building. It's a very big building. Under build mode. Under animals. There you go. Slot count will come down to 1. That's the Cow Husbandry by LRModding. Next we've got this out here. This is the TLX Mount OLIMP 330 Plus by 82 Studio. So this is the Samash Olymp plough, but with the TLX mounting system. So there's a list of TLX vehicles that this will work with. Oh, where are we? There we go. it says the TLX 2020 series, the TLX 2022 series, the TLX 3500 series and the TLX 1982 series, which I've got here. You don't have to do anything in particular for your configuration of your vehicle, but it will automatically attach when you get close enough to it. As you can see, lighting on it, you can go for wings. There's some options for strobes on these side bits here as well. I'll show you those options in just a moment. So it will hook up to the pickups. Because a lot of the pickups have got the ability to raise and lower, it does have an option for height adjustment on it as well. So this you'll find under winter equipment. Out in the end there. Slot count will come down from, sorry, 4.1 megabytes download, 6 slots on console. Slot count will come down to 1. You can go 3.3 meters to 4.2 meters depending on whether you have the wings on it. So that's design 1, that's design 2 with the wings on. As you can see, adds an extra option in there for the side strobes. You don't get the option side strobes on design 1, but on design 2 you do. Side strobes, yes or no. So it goes on the side there. Then we've got pickup height depends on the truck mount height. So you've got standard, low to use on elevated truck setups. So if you have got one that will raise and lower, you want that one, the low one, it will give you some options. Body colour, whole load to choose from. Glosses, satins, all these different colours, so you can pick whatever you like. Like so, that will do the outside. And then the blade section, let's go with that, for example. So, bring our pickup forward. And it will give me the option to hook up automatically. Now, because I can raise and lower this, and that, it will then give me the option, if I want to, under, where are we? There we go, L1, R1 and right stick side to side. I can raise and lower that, depending on the height of the pickup. Now, if it's still not touching the floor, I can then adjust my height of my pickup a little bit to go with it, but I do have the option where I've got lights on the front of it, as you can see. Go for the strobes because the strobes flash on the side of it, just there. Turn that off, switch back to it. R1, and right stick side to side. Does that wing, up and down, does that wing, so we can bring it all the way in like that if you want to. You can bring it out, so we can have it facing one way, or the other way, or you can have it in the V. There we go, like so. I really do like the look of that. That's got a real cooler look to it. There we go. That's the TLX Mount OLIMP 330 Plus by 82 Studio. Next, we've got this. This is the Case A8800MR HighLine by VincoMods. 11.5 megabytes download, 18 slots on console, 2 meters wide. This sugarcane harvester. It's pretty much like, I say pretty much like the standard one. Obviously we've got some options on colours. We can have a number on here. We've got a wide track option. We've got an option for an extension on the trailer hookup for this. But I have found I could only get it to hook up to certain pin hitch trailers. It wouldn't hook up to everything, so that's something to be aware of. This isn't one with an extra wide pickup or anything like that. It's still 2 meters, but we have got some choices on this. We go to our vehicles and go to sugarcane technology. So our standard one, the price is the same, $349. Slot count on this one will come down to 1. So options, we've got wheel setup, we've got standard, or we've got crawler track broad. Windows, we've got install film tints right the way through to 4, which blacks it out pretty much completely. We've got number 1 through 9, so we can go all the way through, like so. Toolbox, that's inside. We have a toolbox inside the cab if you want to, yes or no. Fire extinguisher, yes or no, inside the cab. Sticker, we can take the case stickers off, so if you're going to change the colour of it, you don't have to have the case stickers on there. Attacher, we've got standard attacher, plus trailer hitch, or you can have the trailer hitch 2, which is the slightly extended one. Main colour, anything on these palettes. There's, again, glosses, mattes, satins, chromed. There's all sorts of options to choose from. Design colour does the interior of the cab. Let's pick something that's going to stand out. There we go. So we can change the interior of the cab. those are your choices. Start it up. No lighting, interior. Nice and detailed. If I back up to this, it should hook up. Like I say, it wouldn't do certain trailers, but it will hook up to this one. So if you don't want to have this running and you go alongside it, you want to run it just yourself. Pipe out, we'll adjust the pipe onto the trailer. Now I don't think we've got the option to raise or lower that. We have got a door open. Like so. Unfold harvester. So that's up, start up. Oh. Huh. Lower the harvester. Why is that not working? There we go. So there you go, that's the Case A8800MR HighLine by VincoMods. Yeah, that was everything on that. Pretty sure it was. Next we have got this. This is the AGCO Ideal 2017 to 2023 pack by Patrick. 47.55 megabytes download, 29 slots on console. There are 3 headers, 12 slots, 10 slots and 11 slots that we'll have a look at. Nice model. We can have an Ideal 7, 8, 9 and 10. I think it starts on 9. Interesting. It goes 9, 10 then 7, 8. But we can have a look at those as well. Headers, we've got... I'm trying to remember what they were now. We're going to have a look at them in a second anyway, but we've got a 30-foot, we've got a 40-foot power flow and then a 40-foot Dynaflex. I've gone for the Dynaflex. The power flow has an auger, the Dynaflex doesn't. It's belts there, but the power flows have an auger as well. It's pretty much the difference between the two of them. So, under vehicles, under harvesters, there's your AGCO Ideal, 319 grand, which is pretty good, considering the standard one in-game is 419, so it's 100 grand cheaper. So, like I say, it starts on the Ideal 9T. If we go back, there we go, the 7T is the one that's 319 flat, sort of 319.5. Because it starts on the 90, that adds 100 grand on already. So that's your standard in-game one. So we go to the 7T, 12,500 litres. The 8T, 12,500. The 9T, 17,100. And the 10T is 17,100 litre capacity. Changing horsepowers, obviously, as we go up through to the 10T. We've got the option of Michelin, Trelleborg, Vredestein, Mitas, back again under Michelin. We've got standard, standard 2, wides, US, US 2, back, Trelleborg, Vredestein, Mitas just has US, US and US 2. And we're back to Michelin again, aren't we? Yeah. Then we've got Design Fendt or Massey Ferguson, 2017 or 2023. We've got a difference in wing mirrors. I think the lights stay the same. The interior of the cab stays the same, but it's the covers over the exhaust is a little bit different, and the exhaust itself changes a little bit. I think that's the only changes I could see, as far as I could tell. We've got Design Default or Ideal Drive. So Default is a standard steering wheel. Ideal Drive is joystick only, no steering wheel in there. We've got Pipe Default, Large and Largest. License plate, yes or no. Then we come out of there and we go to our tools, up to our headers. So we go, we've got the power flow, 12.2 metre, power flow, 9.2 metre, so 30 foot and 40 foot. 52 grand, 69,500. As I said, with slot counts, it goes 12, 10 and 11. I went for the Dynaflex 40 foot. And if we look at that, you'll see that's got the auger across the back of it. The only options on these are Fendt or Massey Ferguson to match up with whatever you've gone for on your main harvester. And obviously that's the 40 foot, that's the 30 foot, also with an auger. This one is your belts without the auger. Fenton, Massey, Ferguson. Those are your choices. Jump in, start it up. Your door that opens and closes. Like that. Lights. Beacon. Unfold harvester. So if you do decide to put a different header on than that comes standard with the pack, than what comes with the pack that comes standard, if you've gone for the longest pipe, you'll have no problem at all clearing headers. We have got enable and disable straw swath. Then our header, let's raise the header up. We've got our reel adjustment up and down, in and out. On our header as well, lights, pipe in, interior. Start up. Where we go? There we go. That's the AGCO Ideal 2017-2023 pack by Patrick. Next we've got, where is it? Over here. This is the John Deere Drill N542C by LRModding. 29.03 megabytes download, 18 slots on console, 12.8 meters wide, and it is a direct drill, so no need for previous cultivating, ploughing, etc. Another nicely made, nicely detailed bit of kit. This only does the seed. It doesn't do seed and fertiliser. 4,200 litres? Sure, it's something like that. You will find it under seeders. Just there. Slot count will come down to 1. 270 horsepower required, yeah, 4,200 litres. 291,880 because it's a direct drill, so you're technically getting a cultivator built in, I suppose. You've got weights, yes or no, which puts them up on the wings. Numbers 1 through, I think it's 1 through 9 on this as well. Oh, 1 through to 10. There we go, on the side. License plate option, yes or no. Fairly straightforward. Start it up. Cover open. Unfold. Really nice, realistic unfold on that. Whoa, tractors all over the shop. Work lights across the top as well, the cover, I like that. So when you open and close the cover, you've got a light there across the top. That's pretty cool. Turn it on. Oh, fans, listen to that. That's fantastic. $12 miles an hour as well. Doesn't hang about. I like the sound of that. That's cool as well. Gradual wind down on that. It's not an immediate switch off. Nice. Let's pull it up. That's a John Deere drill N542C by LRModding. Awesome. Next, over here, we've got the Güttler Mediana Pack by Labele TWD Modding. 22.06 megabytes download. There are 4 in this pack. -3 slots, -8, -8 and -9. There are no options on these, but we will have a look. There are different widths of these. These are front rollers. Did I say cultivator? Front rollers. I didn't just say what they were. For either seedbed preparation before you plant your crop, or when you've planted your crop, you can then roll afterwards for your bonus. These you'll find under rollers. So we start there with the Mediana 30, which is 3 meters wide, the 450 at 4.5 meters, the 500, you've guessed it, 5 meters, and the 600 at 6 meters. They all run at 10 miles per hour. Like I said, there's no options on them. The smallest one doesn't have the light options on the top, which the rest of them do. Unfold. That's pretty cool, isn't it? I guess that's to stop. If it was upright and you hit something, there's always a risk, I suppose, it could bend the other way and damage it, but that way round, I guess it can't, can it? Nice sound effects on that as well. Slightly twisted, aren't they? Each one slightly twisted at an angle. As you can see, lights on there and indicators as well. That's the Güttler Mediana Pack by Labele TWD Modding. Next, we've got this. This is the Deutz M2680. This is by Deere. It's 46.14 megabytes download. 20 slots for the harvester. There's 8 slots and 9 slots because there are 2 different headers in this pack. There's a 3.6 metre and 4.8, and there's 2 slots for the trailer. Now, one thing I'm concerned about was putting the header onto the trailer. It really didn't like it. The wheel here seemed like it was a little bit too high, and I had to kind of push it to really get it to go over that. So I'm not sure how well this is going to detach from here, but we'll see. I wonder if it was supposed to rotate. No, it's not. I've got a swivel on there, has it, to rotate? But we'll have a look. It's quite loud as well, this one. That's something also to be aware of. This was 46.14 I did, didn't I? Yes. So you'll find the harvester under harvesters out on the end there. 36,500, nice and cheap. 4,000 litre capacity, 120 horsepower. We've got the option of Lizardtrellable, Michelin, BKT, Mitas, Continental, Flegelstein, back to Lizard. Each one has got a standard and a standard 2. Seems to just change the rim a little bit, as you can see. So each one as you go through, standard and standard 2, but the tyre, as far as I can tell, stays the same. Main colour, we've got a couple of reds to choose from, or a couple of Deutz greens. I think it was Far, before they became Deutz Far. Far was red, wasn't it? I'm sure it was. Maybe the early ones were as well, but anyway. Rim colour, we've got silver, silver 2, or white. And then if we go to our headers, there you go, 4,500 for the 3.6 metre, 8 slots, 9 slots for the 4.8 metre, and that will 7 grand for that, and that will come down to 1 slot. Options on both of these: we can change the main colour to match up with our harvester, or mix and match if you want to go one red, one green. It's entirely up to you. So, moment of truth. I'm going to stand off a little bit from that. It sounds great, it's just a little bit loud. Beacon. Lights, we do have. Let's just click from that. I'm really hoping this is going to. You see what I mean? It clips on that wheel as it goes over. I was just really worried I wouldn't get that back off again, but it came off all right. It's just, like I say, It's a thing. So, lights. Open or unfold harvester. Slides it open, pipe out. Enable or disable saw swath. And we do have R1 right stick up and down. Door, can you see that? Turns the light a little bit. That's better. Door opens and closes. And then under L1, R1 and right stick up and down does this window here. There you go. Put that back in. Okay. Header, we have got the option for reel as well, up and down, in and out for the reel. There you go. That's the Deutz M2680 by Deus Volt. Moving on from there, we've got this, the OPVS2000. This by LRModding team, 13.5 megabytes download, 6 slots on console, 4 meter spread width. This is a sprayer for vineyards and olive orchards, that kind of thing. It's a fan sprayer. As you can see, this you will find under grape technology. Just there, 7,227. Slot count will come down to 1. We've got the option, well, we've got a few options here of standard setups. So we've got the BARS. I'm not going to read that one out. I know there will be people that will know that. But anyway, Rosselmash, designed for Salzselmash. And then we've got manual, so we can have a standard one picked for you, or if we go to manual colour select, then we can go through and we can change the colours later on. Wheel brand, Lizardtrellable, Vredestein, BKT, Continental, back to Lizard. No choices within those, just those tyre choices as we go through. Fenders, yes. Fenders and mudguard or off. Lights, yes. Extension, yes or no. That puts a protection bar around the fan on the back, so you don't back into things and damage the fan. And then we got attacher, upper earring or lower earrings. That depends on where that will then attach onto the tractor. Barrel colour, so if you have gone for you choose yourself. We've got a few different colour choices on there. Chassis colour option. Sticker colour option. And then rim colour option, like so. So, start up. This will do liquid fertiliser or herbicide. There we go. Like that, nice animation. That's the OPVS2000 by LRModding team. Next. So we've got a set of trailers now. There are 3 modded trailer sets today. We've got the Flegal Revolution, the Krampe SKS Pack, and the Lizard Superior End Dump trailers. So we're going to start with the Flegal Revolution. They've got some really cool options on these. So the Flegal Revolution by Smety. This is 9.52 megabytes download. It's 7 slots on console, 25,000 litre capacity. Now, I didn't necessarily pick that. It came standard with the green cover. You can change the colour of it, but that's what it came standard with. So, honest gov. Under trailers, the Revolution is just there, 63 grand for the base model. Slot count will come down to 1. Takes all of those things at the bottom that are scrolling through. 25,000 litre capacity, which you can't change. That is set. We've got Continental, Trelleborg, Vagestein, BKT, back to Continental. Continental, we've got Standard, Standard 2, Wides, back to Standard. All the other ones, we don't have any other options, just the ones that come with it. Then we've got logo 1, 2, 3, 4. There is a logo on there, it's just that you can't quite see it because of the colour of the back. Actually, you know what I'll do? Let's change that to something lighter. Main colour. There we go. Makes life a little bit easier, doesn't it? So start on logo 1, which is white, and white on white, brilliant. 2, 3, 4, 5. Back to 1 again. Side guards, yes or no. Toolbox. I think it's around that side. Is the toolbox around that side? Oh no, tools on here at the front. Sorry, I'm thinking of another one of the trailers. There's the tools on the front there. Water tank, yes or no. Opposite at the back there. Then toolbox, sorry. Toolbox, 1, 2, 3, or no. Mud flap, yes or no on the back. Cover, like I said, comes standard green, yes or no. Chassis colour, we can change anything on that palette. Main colour. Cover colour, so you can change it. Rim colour. And a license plate. So that. Lights. Indicators. Rear work lights as well, which is very cool. Cover open and closed. And unload. Like so. That's the Flegal Revolution by Smety. Moving on from there. We've got these. This is the Krampe SKS Pack by HR, Forst and Fahrzeugbau. 12.61 megabytes download. 8 slots and 9 slots. These got some really cool, I think, tricks up their sleeve. Well, I'll show you them. This whole section here and this one on here can fold back in again. They need to be folded back in again when you unload them, but you can bring them all the way out, so you don't need an extra dolly for hooking up other trailers onto the back. So you can just keep doing that, keep joining them up without the need of an extra dolly, which is pretty cool. The back of it, we've got the option for the door to open independently, the floor to go forwards and backwards. I think I put a pallet in one of them, so I'll show you that operation as well. Yeah, they're very cool. Very cool indeed. Also under trailers. So we go the SKS 20950 and the SKS 301050. As I said, slots were 8 and 9. Both come down to 1. So, options. We've got Continental, Nokian. Those are 2 choices. We've got Design 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 1. Nokian, 1, 2, 3, 4, back to 1. Decals, side. So we've got Design 1, Design 2, Design 3, 4, 5, 6, or no. So we go for that. Design back, 1, 2, no. Main colour, anything on this palette, and there's loads to choose from. Design colour, that does the section inside there. I don't know if you can see the bit that slides. Let's change it for pink, for example. There you go. Changes all that in there. Rim colour, anything on this palette. License plate option on there too. So that's that one. And I'm pretty sure the options are exactly the same. Continental, Nokian, decals. Yep, decals back. I'm pretty sure the same. Yep. Main colour, design colour, rim colour. Yeah. So I grabbed a Volvo simply because I put it on Volvo, but what we'll do, we're on the back at the moment, so I'll show you what I mean. It gives us the option to vehicle rear in. So it folds up the sidebars, you watch, look. Folds those up. Whole unit slides back underneath. So you can just use it as a regular trailer. No problem at all. Let's disconnect that for the time being. And the smaller of the two, you can do exactly the same with. Vehicle rear in, folds it up, puts it away. It's brilliant. Absolutely brilliant. So we can open the cover, open the back independently. So open back door. So if you're going to be putting things in like pallets and things like that, and you want the floor to slide, we've got R1. So you've got tip side sliding floor forward or sliding floor backwards. And if we go to L1, you've got it turn on sliding floor, and you'll see it does this interesting thing. We'll see that operating in just a moment. So I'm going to turn it off. Close back door. So you can use it as a regular tipper. Now, like I said, if you've run it like this and you've got 2 or 3 trailers or just 2 hooked together, when you come to unload, you need to put that back in because it won't unload like that. It will because it would unload all over the 5th wheel. So you will put that in like so, and then unload here. That's interesting. Why is that not? It does say. I'm going to double check that. I'm pretty sure that's what it said. To unload, the rear trailer must be detached and the rear of the vehicle retracted. Yeah. So why is that not? It's doing the floor, but it's not opening the back up. Oh, maybe you do need to open the back yourself to do that. Curious. Right. Vehicle rear out. So what we'll do, let's have a look at that in action. Let's spin that round so we're in the light. So, open back door. Oh, don't do that. I think I've got the right one. So, tip side, sliding floor forward. Oh, you've also got an option there for the axle. We can raise and lower the 3rd axle on that. So, if I then put that on, so that's taking it into the trailer. So let's turn that off. And if I do tip side floor backward and then turn it on again, oh, I don't know why it's making me smell so much. It's going to take a little while for that to come right to the back and then to unload it, but so you can put pallets and stuff like that on it as well. Do I just stand here and wait for it to fall off the back? Of course I do. So, turn that off, close the back door, and if I wanted to add another trailer onto the back of that, vehicle rear out, and there we go. Cool. That's the Krampe SKS Pack by HR Forst und Fahrzeugbau. Next, and this is the last of the mods for today, we've got the Lizard Superior End Dump Trailer Pack. Also incredibly cool. I love the amount of options we've got on this, for the amount of sets of axles we've got on it. Plus, look, you can have a door. You have a door with a window, so you can see your crop in it as well, which is cool. Capacities on these are nuts. We've got a locking dolly as well, which makes life a lot easier. It's going to come down to the fact there are 4 in this pack. They're 10 slots each. 40.02 megabytes download the pack. It's by KarlFarms. So we've got some unreal capacities, and we've got some interesting changes for unloading as well. There's a fast unload option. There's also a 50%, so you can unload and it will tip completely up, or if you put it on 50%, it only raises a little bit. So if you've got low roofs, it won't hit the roofs as well, which is quite cool. That's got 500,000 litre capacity on it at the moment, and each of the trailers does have that option as well as the standard one. So like I said, we'll have a look at all those options now. Also on the trailers, so we've got the 28 foot, the 34 foot, 40 foot and the 48 foot. Now options are the same in all of them apart from axles. That's the big difference. Capacities, as you can imagine, the smaller one starts off on a smaller capacity, 51,000 litres. But if you look at along each one, you can have unreal on all of them up to 500,000 litres. So if you don't want a massive trailer, you could get the smaller one and still put it up to 500,000 litres if you wanted to. But if you don't want to, you don't have to. So the small one, then the next one is 62,000 litres and it goes up. Then you've got 73,000 litres and it goes up. And then you've got 87,000 litres and it goes up. Now I'm not going to go through all of the different wheel options on these because, as you can imagine, they go all over the shop. But what we'll do is look at we'll have a look at this one for some of the options. So cover options, we've got standard, tarp cover, bulk extension, so that takes it from 51,000 to 58,000. You've got root crop extension, so if you're doing silage or root crops, you can have that extension on, also at 58,000, or the unreal, which takes you to 500,000 litres. Wheel brand, now the wheel brand is the same in all of them. We've got Lizard, single lift axle, Continental, single lift axle. Now that, if you go for the single lift axle, that fixes that next one, wheel setup at 3 axle. If you go for the Continental standard or the Lizard standard, you can then change the axle space and lift axle. Sidewall grooved, ruffled or external post are your options on that. Front wheel, we've got ladder, door, window. Then bottom default, we've got running lights, standard, 2 times as many, 3 times as many, 4 times as many. Then you go top and bottom, standard, twice, 3, 4, back to default. And then the rear lights, there's a whole ton of options. We start on 3 either side and 3 in the middle, and it goes to a ton of options until I think we get to 5. There you go. And then back to 3 again, so a whole load on there. Reflectors, yes or no. Mud flaps, superior, decals all, rear and mid, rear only. Lizard logistics, none, back to all. We've got rubber mud flaps, aluminium mud flaps with running lights. There's, yeah, that puts lights you see underneath there on the aluminium ones. With running lights or none. Attachers, standard with a rear trailer hitch. If you want to hook up a dolly and have multiple hooked together, you can. Tipping options, so we've got standard, grain door or fast tipping. I think I've gone for fast tipping because I wanted to try it out, I was curious. Main colour, anything on this palette does that. Design colour, I think does the chassis. Oh no, it does the top rail. Frame does the chassis. Support legs, default or steel on the support legs. Rim colour, anything on that palette, and a license plate option on there too. So those are the main options, but as we go up through the trailers, you'll then see, for example on this one, I can do all the same options, but if we come down to here for our axles, if I go 3 axle, space, spread, 4, we can go through a whole ton of options. And you'll see as we go through, more axles, some lifted, some not, which can all be raised and lowered, and then all the other options are exactly the same. But like I say, it then just changes the capacities as well. If we go to our cover configuration, this one for example, 87,000 litres, tarp 98,000 if you go for the bulk extension or silage and root crop, and then you've got the unreal at 500,000 litres. So a whole load of options on there. Now I could have just gone for a regular lorry, but I wanted to show the dolly as well. So like I said, the dolly has got standard dolly, so we can move it around as normal. But to lock it, you need to detach it. So if I detach from the trailer, so let's put the support leg down, then we detach. And now if I lock it, it says unfold or fold trailer. You'll see a red light starts to... Did it flash? There you go, the red light's on. There you go. So that now means that axle's locked. So if I back that on and attach it now, that now won't swivel. That's locked in place. So if you're at a point where you want to back into a space and you don't want it going all over the shop, you can lock it like that. But what I will do is attach it to that, fold it, which switches it off. The dolly itself you'll find under dollies. Sorry, should have shown that as well. Where are we? There we go, 10 grand. Lizardtrellable, Continental, single and double axle options on each of those. Mud flaps. Now this one doesn't have the superior option, which is interesting because it's part of the pack, but Lizard. Rear lights, yes or no. A-frame drawbar or solid straight drawbar. Lockable dolly function, yes or no. You don't have to have that on, but you can if you want to. Main colour, anything on that palette. Design colour. What's the design colour for? Oh, is that for the... oh yeah, the additional... There we go. So you go for wheel cover front, wheel cover rear, both or back. That changes that for the design colour. And then we got a license... rim colour option as well, like so. So that's that. Now, this is what I want to check out, is the extra bits. The extra bits and bobs on this. So if you start hooking multiple ones of these together, again, 500,000 litres at a time, you've got quite the option. So, lower lift axles. Down they will come. So they're all on the floor. Now, like I said, I've gone for fast unload on this. I'm curious to see what this is going to do. So, unload here. Whoa, okay, yep, that's pretty rapid. Now, the other option we got as well, like I said, 50%. Got tip side back or tip side 50%. So, if I unload that now... that shouldn't go up as high. It should only go half the height, I hope. I mean, that's still pretty high. Even if you've got a low ceiling, that's pretty high. Please tell me that's going to stop. Oh, there you go. Right, so that's at 50%. So if I stop unloading, then I'll put it back onto normal. We'll see how high it goes then. So, tip side back, let's see how high it goes this time. Quite a bit higher by the looks of things. Oh, there you go, look. So there we go. That's the Lizard Superior End Dump Trailer Pack by KarlFarms. And that's it for the mods for today, Wednesday the 3rd of May. I hope you found this useful and informative in some way, shape or form. If you have, please give us a like. If you don't subscribe yet, please do. If you want to leave a comment, feel free. And if you want to share this video, then please be my guest. Whatever you should choose to do. Thanks for watching.